So you're looking to move to the greater Lansing, Michigan area, and you've heard a lot about a place called Haslett. And you've been wondering, hey, what's so special about this place? Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking you on a video tour of many hotspots as well as neighborhoods throughout the Haslett area. And be sure to stay tuned until the end because I'm going to take you through a neighborhood that has a lot of contemporary flair and a lot of new home builds in it. So I invite you to sit back, relax, because we're going to start this episode of Lansing, Michigan Life right now. Hey everybody, Troy Seifert here with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialist in the greater Lansing, Michigan area. And now kind of starts the season where we start getting phone calls from people all the time who are looking to relocate to the area, people who are just like you viewing this channel. So if that is you, please be sure to call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom with me. I would love to be able to talk with you about your real estate goals. Also, if you like this video, please press the like button. Also subscribe, ring the bell for any notifications so that you can be the first to be notified whenever a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live. Also, it helps me to know what are the videos that you guys want. And my channel has been going on long enough so that I can look at the analytics and see, hey, this is what people really liked. So be sure to comment if there's a video that you'd like to see, or if you really do like this video, like it or subscribe so I know, hey, I need to make more content about this area. All right, so it is cold out here. I'm still wearing my winter garb and I'm wearing my Eagles hat for the Eagles in the playoffs. We'll see what happens with them by the time this airs. I'm here at Costco. And for some of you who are relocating, you're like, whoop, it's a Costco. I've seen it many times. Some of you who are coming from a smaller city, you're like, man, this place is Costco. Awesome. So the reason I bring up Costco is this was a place that was built about 8 years ago. And if you search for it, it's an East Lansing address. So of course you're like, Troy, why are you showing us something in East Lansing? Well, this is right at the line of where East Lansing and Haslett schools are. And so this is actually, for a lot of people, it's closer to Haslett. And so when Haslett heard about Costco coming to the area, they were probably the most excited because they don't really have a whole lot of retail stuff close to them. Okemos usually has it extremely close to them. East Lansing has a lot of stuff close, but Haslett, for them, Costco was a big deal. And so yes, all of Meridian Township comes to Costco. In fact, I feel out of the big warehouse places in the greater Lansing area that Costco is the place to be at. It's definitely the busiest, but I wanted to, show you here in Haslett, they do have a Costco. It's really close. And now I'm gonna take you to a neighborhood that is just like about a mile away and is super close to Costco. So I'm gonna meet you over there. I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna try to warm up. See you there. Hey everybody, I am here literally like a mile down the road, so a couple minutes away from Costco at a neighborhood called Sierra Ridge. And Sierra Ridge, if you look at a lot of the addresses in Sierra Ridge, they're going to say East Lansing, Michigan. Well, this is actually a Haslett school neighborhood. So I do tell you, if you're gonna look on Zillow, Realtor.com for homes in the Lansing area, be sure you check the school district, because just because it says East Lansing doesn't mean that it's East Lansing schools. It could be Haslett schools, it could be Okemos schools, it just depends. So you definitely have to look at the school districts here, because it's not a guarantee that because it says the city name, that is the school district. So this neighborhood is built by Fedewa Builders. And Fedewa Builders are more of a custom builder within the area. If you go to the front part of the neighborhood, when you first come into Sierra Ridge, a lot of homes that were built when the housing market was starting to go up in prices and homes were starting to be built like crazy. So 2005, 2006, 2007. So the more executive homes are towards the front, larger lots over there. And then you go further back into the neighborhood and it seems like Fedewa continued to build more homes, but they are newer and they are large homes still, a good 23, 24, 2,500 square feet, but they definitely have a different look to them. So you can kind of see what not the quality of the build, but just the look of the build changed over time as you go further back. And they still do have some brand new home builds that they are working on in this neighborhood. So it's not like that this neighborhood is completely done. There was actually one that sold for around $730,000. That was a complete new build. If you get to the front of the neighborhood, you have homes that are built close to 3,000 square feet, and those right now are going for anywhere from $700,000 to $800,000. And these are 15 to 20-year-old homes, right? So very custom, very upscale. As you start getting to the back, there are some homes that are being listed for around 700,000. Some of those are sitting a little bit longer. So I would say if you're gonna be towards the back of the neighborhood, you're looking at low to mid 700s around here, just because of the, maybe things aren't as custom in the back. So Vito of Builders though does a great product. And it's, Haslett school system. It's a great school system to be a part of as well. And even though it's East Lansing, it still is Haslett schools everywhere here. Also, another thing I want to point out, you can see I'm walking on sidewalks, very nice, but they don't have a big common area. They don't have a park or a playground or a lake. So the association fees here are pretty low. It's around $150. $175 for the year here. Just covers some of the landscaping and the common areas in the front. But anyway, I mean, this is, again, a beautiful neighborhood with larger lots, larger homes, built by a great builder, and it's just down the road from Costco. So this is more towards the western part of Haslett and is right by the East Lansing Schools borderline here. So I'm gonna go a little further down the road. I'm gonna meet you at a place that I would like to almost call it a pure Michigan meat market, and very popular place in town. So I'm gonna meet you over there. And again, I'm gonna try to get warm because it is still cold. You can see snow on the ground. So let's drive over there and check it out. All right, so I had to make a stop here at Monticello's Market and Butcher Block here in Haslett, Michigan. And this is one of the premier places that people love to go. It's locally owned. And there are a bunch of vendors in here. They might have like a pastry person, a baker. They just have different businesses that sell within Monticello's market. And all of them are Michigan owned, Michigan based. And they have a lot of produce in here. They also have horse meat because it's known as a meat market. I would say out of all the places here in the greater Lansing area, this is the best reviewed. It's been around for about 10 years. And I mean, I've had some great sweet treats. So I figured I would stop by and be able to try one of the great sweet treats. This isn't really helping my diet of what I want to do after the holidays and everything, but I'm trying this white chocolate mousse. And it was only like $4.99. Because I have a sweet tooth, I want to be able to try to dig into this. It's like a cheesecake. It's a white chocolate mousse cheesecake. I want to try to take a bite here before I head down to our next neighborhood. I'm actually going to head down to Lake Lansing, but I did want to take a bite and to see what this is like. So let me take a look. This is amazing. It's like a cake with mousse and white chocolate and dark chocolate. Only $4.99 at this place. And they have tons of other just custom desserts here that you can only get here, like peanut butter bombs and lemon bombs, and it's amazing. So I'm gonna try to down this before I get over to the lake. I'll meet you over there. Hey everybody, I am here at one of Lansing's premier all sports lake, Lake Lansing. And you haven't seen me do an all sports lake yet here on this channel. So I wanted to wait until we got to Haslett to be able to do this, but I'm showing this to you, yes, on a cold winter day. This lake is about to freeze in about a week just because of the temperatures. But I want you to kind of see, like, hey, this is what it looks like during maybe the worst season. But there are people that go out and ice skate if the ice is thick enough and it gets cold enough. But a lot of people on Lake Lansing do live here year round. There are about 280 homes on the lake. The lake is about 485 acres, and during the summer, this is a definite hotspot in the Lansing area. Now, as far as prices of homes, you can get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for $150,000 to $200,000 if you don't have lake frontage. If you do have lake frontage, I've seen ones that have sold that are very contemporary, looking for over $1 million. Like there was one that sold for $1.2 million just recently, waterfront on Lake Lansing. So the sky's the limit on how how high the homes go for over here. There's not necessarily a homeowners association when you're on Lake Lansing. They make you pay the boat fee, so it's like an optional thing if you want to pay to be able to access the lake. They do have a condo association here that the condos run for around $500,000 to $550,000, but the condo association fees are around like a little over $500 a month, which can be quite a lot. So they do have some condos. I am here as well at Lake Lansing Park South. So why am I saying the name of the park? Well, it does have some really cool historical facts to it. So in 1910, an amusement park opened here in this park. So it was not the park that it is now. It was right by Lake Lansing, and it had a carousel. It had a figure-8 roller coaster. In the 1940s, this was a huge destination place for people to go. What ended up happening in the 70s, early 70s, they started selling some of the stuff off. In fact, they sold their carousel in 1971 to Cedar Point. And now you see what Cedar Point is now. But there are some affiliations with Cedar Point and Lake Lansing, and then they closed their doors to the amusement park in the mid-1970s. Now, it's a park that has many pavilions. It has a playground. It has a community center area. It has a number of benches that you can enjoy. There's a boat dock where you can go out and do your boating. I'm not a huge boater, so I don't know every single term that is out there for boaters, but I'll call it boating, okay? You can see a very cool, amazing place, especially during the spring, summer, that you can go out there and have, be on an all sports lake. The only other all sports lakes that are here in this area are in Lanesburg, which is about 10 or 15 minutes away from here. They have two all sports lake. One is Lake Victoria. They have Round Lake, and then they have Scenic Lake. So actually they have 3 lakes. And probably some of you are wondering, then why isn't Lanesburg a huge destination? Well, it's a smaller town, more spread out. I mean, the lakes are what make Lanesburg a very desirable place for some people to live. I'm getting cold out here. It's about 20 degrees. But again, I want to show you Lake Lansing. Hopefully sometime in the spring, I can show you when boats are going out here, but I wanted to show you this so you can see what it looks like in the winter months and have a little bit of some historical background into this park, because I think it's kind of cool, just some of the facts with it. So I'm gonna head to our last neighborhood here. So I will meet you over there. Okay, just like I promised you at the end, I was gonna take you through a neighborhood that showed a lot of modern contemporary homes. Well, this is the neighborhood that is known for that. And you can see behind me, I mean, looking at some of this architecture, even as I'm walking, just look at some of this. You don't see a lot of new builds that are quite like this. And they are built by HDI builders. They are known as a more contemporary sort of builder, although not everything they build is exactly the same, but they do offer contemporary layouts. I mean, some of the homes in this neighborhood, especially in the front, there's like a cul-de-sac that has just such a unique exterior. I mean, it's awesome. Like the curb appeal of some of these are amazing. They have some model homes that are still for sale in this neighborhood. Those are going for around $550,000, $600,000. They're not the largest homes, and some of the homes here are built kind of close together, but there are sidewalks throughout here. They do have a homeowners association that's about $30 a month. There are several homes that are older, built in the 2000s, that are going for around the low 400s. But one advantage of being here in Meadowbrook is they're in Bath Charter Township for their taxing authority. What does that mean to you? If you've been following my YouTube channel, you have heard that Meridian Township, which is right next door, has some of the highest taxes in the area. A couple of the neighborhoods I showed you, like the Sierra Ridge, as well as Lake Lansing. If you live on Lake Lansing, you're gonna have Meridian Charter Township taxes. Well, in Bath Charter Township, there is roughly about like an 8 to 10 difference in millage. So, if you're looking at a $400,000 home, right? I always use this one for easy math. $200,000 would be your taxable value if you bought the home at $400,000, if that was the new purchase price. In Meridian Township, that would be roughly $12,000. In Bath Charter Township, roughly $10,000. And a dog has seemed threatened by me, I guess. So there's dogs here in the neighborhood, but $2,000 difference. To some of you, that still might sound high, right? But again, it's cheaper for the taxes here at Bath Charter Township. There is a little bit of a millage break. Again, you do have some newer homes, you have some model homes for sale, you do have some homes being constructed throughout here. HGI Builders, they are the premier builder here. If you want to take a look at some of these homes, I'd be more than happy to be able to help you out and give you some perspective. But this wraps the end of my tour of Haslett. Went to several places, you know, got to go to Costco and Monticello's and took you to the lake and took you to a couple neighborhoods. I kind of took you all throughout, and I wanted to take you to the highlights just so that you can kind of see what Haslett's all about. I didn't really take you to a lot of retail. And coming up here, I'm going to be doing a Haslett versus Okemos showdown because they're right next to each other. So which one's better? So I'm going to be talking about that, but hopefully this gave you a good glimpse of the Haslett area. And again, if you are looking into moving here in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months, I'd be more than happy to speak with you. Please call, text, email me, or schedule a Zoom in the description below. Also, if you could, please like, subscribe, or ring the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to be notified when a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live on the web, and we're going live weekly. So again, I appreciate you watching this. Hopefully it was beneficial to you as you're looking to relocate here. If you need anything, reach out anytime. So until next time, make it a great day.